Oh, hi. I didn't notice you there. This is my new pilot. I'm Aella, and welcome to Aella's Kitchen. Today, we're going to be making tuna jello pie. It was popular in the 1950s, but we're about to bring it back. This pie is really good for a friend's birthday party, or a coworker's barbecue, or maybe even a romantic evening with your loved one. It has everything. It has seafood and flour and tomato sauce and other things, and they're all very good. So let's begin, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this big old bag of flour. We're going to take these cups, and we are going to get a cup of unbleached all-purpose flour. This is what's going to give the pie crust a really great crust. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the salt, we're going to take these spoons, and we are going to get half a teaspoon of salt. And sometimes it takes a little bit to get the salt out, but that's how you know it's good. Real good salt will always kind of clump together a little bit, and that's just like a natural thing that happens. So here we go. And then we're going to take our Crisco all vegetable shortening. We're going to open it. Ooh, it's a pristine package. And this Crisco shortening is going to give us a really rich, real rich flavor, unlike anything you've ever had. So we're going to take our third of a cup, take the shortening, and just, ooh, how thick, how creamy. Yeah, it's about a third of a cup. Okay, and you're going to try and get it out. Takes a little bit of finagling, because it is shortening, but that's part of the fun of making this dish. Just going to try and finagle that out of there. Okay. Yep. Even if it takes a little bit longer than you want it to. Sometimes that's what life is like, right? Okay. Nope, still, okay. I still have some left. Still need some. Just, okay. That's pretty good. All right. That's great. Okay. So you take the shortening, kind of just mush it around a little bit. Just kind of have it feel, have it try and be a little bit in the flour a little bit. Kind of mix it up in there just for a little bit. Okay, that's out. And then we're going to have another tablespoon of shortening. See, in the 1950s, they're all about being thrifty. And that's what this recipe is. It's taking all of your little odd ends and making it into one beautiful seafood surprise for your mouth. All right. So after you get all that good stuff out, you are gonna get, ooh, clanging sounds. You're gonna get half a cup of shredded cheese. So just sort of use the grater and do a better job than I'm doing. Just put it in the general direction of the half cup. All right. This looks great. This is just fantastic. All right. So you're going to do half a cup cheddar and 2 tablespoons of water. And then once you have everything together, you just want to start mixing. Make sure that the shortening is fully mixed into the flour so you don't get any lumps. Make sure that the cheddar is spread out evenly, because that's going to look really beautiful when we put it in the oven, which is what happens next. All right, now you want to set your oven to 475. All right, so we're gonna dash a little bit of flour on the board. Oh, that looks artisanal. Okay, and just sort of spread it around a little bit, and this is gonna help the dough from sticking to the board or your little hands. So we are going to shovel the pie dough out now. It's still a little crumbly, but I'm going to knead it into a ball. So when you are done molding this into a nice little ball-like thing, you're going to put it in the pan. Doesn't need grease or anything because the Crisco took care of that. And you're just going to flatten it with your palms until you get kind of a thin shape. And once you have everything in the pie shell, I mean, look at how beautiful that looks. Oh, wow. You are gonna put it in the oven. Oh, it's hot. It's really hot. Okay. And now we are gonna get started on the tuna salad. The first thing we're gonna do is you can't have tuna salad without tuna. It's not working. All right, so just finished opening up the tuna. Now you're gonna wanna drain this because you don't want all that excess juices, and then we're gonna put it into the bowl. Okay, so once you've drained the tuna, you wanna put it in there. Okay, so once you've drained the tuna, you're gonna wanna put it into the bowl. Oh, doesn't that just sound lovely? And this tuna, highly recommend it. It's got a very luscious pink, fresh quality to it that not a lot of other tuna brands have, you know? So this one is really marked above the rest. Chicken of the sea, chunk light. It's really good. You just wanna look at that a little bit. Just, yep. What we're gonna do is we're gonna mince 1 teaspoon of onion. So you're gonna wanna like get these little cuts in and around so that when you eventually cut this like this, it's minced. See how easy that is? We're gonna put 1 in. And you know what? I'm feeling a little festive today. I think I'm gonna put in a 2nd heaping teaspoon of onion. Just to add a little bit of kick to it, a little bit of flavor. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to start chopping the celery. Now, when you're cutting celery, you wanna make sure that you get the tops off. And you wanna make sure that you get these big white fleshy parts off. And then you're just going to start thinly slicing. Don't be too worried about perfection. We're all human here. So, we have chopped about 1 cup of celery. So we're just gonna make sure that everything holds up and that it really is a cup. And this is gonna give a really nice color to your tuna. So as you can see, we've got the sort of pink of the tuna, we've got the green of the celery, we've got the white of the onion. Beautiful, just fantastic. Here, I'm gonna mix this around a little bit so that the camera can get it. Oh, that looks so beautiful. And 1 teaspoon of lemon juice to give it a little bit of acidity. Okay, and to just get a little bit more flavor in here, we are going to open our brand new package of paprika. we're gonna try to open our brand new package of paprika. Oh, it's really not going. Okay. We're gonna open our brand new package of paprika, and then we're gonna add just a little bit of salt. Now this is all to taste. This is all to personal preference. So just add as much as you want. And then to mend it all together, to really make it shine, we are going to be using Hellmann's mayonnaise. And we are just going to spoon it in. So you're just gonna keep mixing that around until it is nice and mayo-y. Okay, so now we're gonna start with the Jello. My favorite part. It's great. So I put 1 1/4 cup of water in the pan, and I'm waiting to have it boil, and then we're gonna dissolve some lemon Jello. Okay, so the water is reaching a very nice boiling temperature. We are going to open up our lemon Jello packet. Just ripping off a little edge. And slowly pouring it into the pot. Then we're going to just slowly stir and dissolve the Jello into the mixture. Okay, so now that the lemon Jello has started sizzling a little bit and it's fully integrated, we're going to add just a dash of, how do I open this? Ooh, okay. Okay, we are going to add just a dash of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to add just a dash of some hot sauce for a little bit of added kick. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. If I can open it. No, I can't ask you to open it for me. You're filming. And just make sure you stir it all together so it's all mixed. And then wait until you see what we put in it next. Now, for the piece de resistance, and this is a bit of a secret ingredient, but it's tomato sauce. So we're just going to slowly add the tomato sauce into the mixture. And this is going to give it such a rich and creamy taste. I mean, this pie is a bit of a decadence, really. So we're just going to continue to stir this around. So what I have here is the cheese pie shell that I made earlier. And here's the sauce that I made. See, it's kind of thickened a little bit. See, it's a little thicker. And so I'm going to just fold in 1/2 cup of pimento olives. Oh. Now I put the sauce in this bowl so that it cools easier, just because I didn't want to keep it in the pot the whole time. And this is 1/4 cup of onions and 1/2 cup of celery. Also just gonna, ooh. Couple pieces flew there. And you're just gonna gently fold this in. And the aroma, the freshness of the olives and the celery and the onions really add to the sort of like robust richness of the tomato and Jello. So now that I have sort of mixed it all together, you can see it's a little buoyant, if I do say so. It kind of keeps its consistency, which is just what we want. And we are just going to gently pour it into the pie shell. Just make sure that everything's kind of evenly dispersed. Just smack it a couple times. And it is good to go. I'm gonna put this in the fridge and wait for it to completely cool. And then the next step will be putting the tuna salad on top. The cherry on top of this deliciously beautiful, lovely cake. All right, we have one last step, and that is to add this tuna to this delightful pie. Just want to make sure that you guys get a really good look at how beautiful this is and how it's really not coming out of the pan, is it? So I'm going to take the tuna and I'm just going to dollop it on top. So you are going to take all of this tuna and just sort of spread it evenly around, just making sure that you don't really have any like gaps, you know, any like open spots. Oh, this looks great, and it smells great. This is just such a delightful creation. All right, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. It was really fun to make, and I hope it was fun to watch. Just a quick note, if you do like this video, just make sure to remember me. I'm still trying to get my show up and running on Food Network. I sent this pilot to Alton Brown, and he hasn't gotten back to me. I did send it to Bobby Flay, and he sent me a cease and desist letter, but things are looking up. Just a quick reminder on how good this pie looks. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. I hope you enjoy watching. Thanks!